Hey guys, welcome to a new video from NZ Pocket Guide. Today we are talking with yet another local. His name is Clay. He lives in Dunedin and he's going to tell us all about traveling the South Island with kids. All right, Clay, thank you very much for joining us today. So tell us a little bit about you, where you born, where do you live, and what you do, what's your hobbies, who are you?
So I'm Clay, born and bred in Dunedin. So I know Dunedin very well, but I'm a plumber. That's what I do for a living. And got 3 kids, one from a past relationship who's 13 and 2 others, 4 and 10 months. And some hobbies. I don't mind doing a bit of gold fossicking, going chase the good old colour yellow. A hobby I used to do when I was a lot younger was magic. So unfortunately that only comes out now when I've had a few brews, but embarrassingly so. And it's pretty much me, just go to work, come home, be a family man and yeah.
Nice. I bet the kids love the magic tricks, I guess.
They do.
Nice.
Very easy to do.
Cool. So, I was about to ask you, why did you choose to settle in Dunedin? But since you just told me you literally were born here, it's just, where you got everybody you know, or is there any other reason that keeps you in Dunedin?
Well, I think the main reason why I stay in Dunedin is family, obviously. My partner's from South America, so she's done well to leave all that and come be here. So I've just never really had the stones to do that. At the same time, I like everywhere else, and if everywhere else becomes home, then you get used to it and it's not as exciting anymore, right? So,
yes.
So Dunedin's good to have, kind of be a centre point. Some people would argue that Christchurch is a centre point to go to all the different things, with the South Island, but for what I like, Dunedin's, Christchurch is up here, Central Otago's over here, and Invercargill's down here, and then the North Island, worry about that when I go there.
So you do think that Dunedin is a really great base to explore most of the South Island compared to Christchurch?
Personally, yes. For what I enjoy, 100%. Yeah.
Okay, so what is it that you enjoy and that you get more of in Dunedin?
Well, I mean, Central Otago's kind of been where I've gone every holidays growing up and all that. So I know a lot about Central Otago, and that's kind of it keeps grabbing me back, taking me back. So there's that. I mean, I've just recently gone up to the North Island, as you know, to go do the Tongariro crossing, and I've just discovered, I guess, the top part of the South Island. And Dunedin's not so much a good hub when you want to go to Kaiteriterre, for example. Yes. It's a little bit of a distance. So I've just discovered, I guess, that part of New Zealand. So maybe my thoughts will change soon when I travel a bit more, but I've just always been in Dunedin and found for what I'd like, it's kind of central to what I want to do, so.
Nice. So it sounds like Dunedin is definitely your area of expertise. So give us a little bit of your local's take, or your local, perfect guide to Dunedin. What are the unmissable things to do?
Well, I mean, eating out's pretty good when you go to the Octagon and all that. There's a few good restaurants. There's some that aren't there in your face in the Octagon that if you know where they are, you go to. They're pretty good restaurants.
Come on, spill some names.
Street. Sorry?
Spill some names.
Well, in Vogel Street, for example, I mean, you got the Vogel Street Kitchen and Good, which do good burgers and all that. I mean, it's kind of, because it's a little bit out of town, I guess not as many people go there. But, I mean, it's quite popular, but from what I hear, not so many people know about it and go there, So it's kind of like a Dunedin's secret, publicly secret, if that makes any sense.
A public secret, yeah, I think that works. That works. Anything else in Dunedin?
I mean, the good things I like about it is you've got walks, if you like going for walks and stuff like that, whether you got kids or whether you're quite experienced, they're not too far away. You've got bush, you've got the beach just over here, you've got the harbour, you've got everything's kind of not as big as, say, Auckland, for example. You've got all the different things, but it's enough to keep yourself.
You'll be pretty much everywhere within about half an hour in Dunedin, and that's
Exactly.
that's one of the good points. Yeah.
You know, you've
So,
got 20 minutes away, you've got a lake, you know, a couple of lakes to choose from. 5 minutes away, you got the beach. You know, you got the harbour. Every little, in a small scale, everything's here.
Yeah. So it's
I was gonna have
big
a
city.
few. Sorry.
It's a little big city.
Exactly. And I was going to have the camera set up to see outside and from the view from home, like the beach and the harbour and all that. But as you could imagine, Dunedin, it's weather. It's not much to see today, eh? So.
I think you know I'm not going to bash on Dunedin for the weather, because I think it's the entire South Island. It's extremely changeable. It will rain for about half an hour, and obviously as soon as we're about to set up a chat, it has to start raining. To be fair, on the North Island it is raining today as well. So here you go. All right, cool. So what are the last couple of things that you did with the kids in Dunedin? So if we do have to entertain some kids when visiting the town, what are like kind of like the thing, like as a tourist, for example, I only have a couple of days and I'm stuck with the kids. What do I do? What's the must do?
I mean, the most simple thing and free thing is obviously the gardens. They've got a little wee train that goes around there that you can jump on for a couple of bucks and feed the ducks for, you know, a couple of bucks as well. And that's pretty good. And then it's just the gardens, obviously. And then you've got the museum, the Toitu Museum, which is like the early settlers museum.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so bad. Kids enjoy that. And then the main museum, you've got like a place called Discovery World, where there's interactive sciencey type of stuff, the Butterfly Museum, and
Wow.
you know, all the cool little stuff. And then of course you can go for a bike ride and go to the beach. Yeah.
Nice. Cool. So so it looks like we've got Dunedin covered. Let's talk about the rest of New Zealand. So you mentioned you haven't traveled too much around the rest of New Zealand, but it's always interesting for us to hear what the local think when traveling around New Zealand, because obviously, you know, I've only been in New Zealand for 10 years only. So, you know, you kind of have a little bit of a different take, because, you know, we're always kind of in a sense of discovery. So what are your kind of favorite things to do outside of Dunedin? You know, from the North and then the Tongariro Crossing all the way to Stewart Island, if you've been there, anything in between. When I was younger, I used to go to Stewart Island because my auntie and uncle used to live down there. So I've been there a few times, but I was a bit younger then. But I don't know. I think if you want to do the touristy things, that's all well and good. But for me, I kind of just soak in New Zealand. You know, just because I haven't been to those places. When I go to those places, I kind of just take in the scenery, take in the guilty pleasures of the easy stuff. Do you know what I mean? You know, bungee jumping off a bridge in Queenstown is the same as bungee jumping off a bridge somewhere else, you know? So I kind of don't look at it that way, as good as those things may be. So when I travel, that's kind of I just appreciate the country I live in, do you know what I mean? And yeah, so you're really into bushwalks, basically.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So a couple of areas that stand out in New Zealand?
Oh, I like the West Coast.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't been there much, but no, I do like it because it's 10 different weather situations within 10 minutes. It's pretty cool.
That is very true.
And then of course you got the glaciers and all that over there. You know, I like that. Central Otago, I guess because I like my gold mining side of things. That's kind of where, because of the history that's involved around that. And same with Dunedin, the history based around gold and whatnot. That really attracts me. So just how everything settled and became what it is today. So
so we're gonna go for West Coast and Central Otago.
Yes. Yep.
So South Island all the way. I like it.
100%.
I'm not going to settle the debate of South Island versus North Island in this video, but I can see where this is going.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. So you've just finished a trip going all the way from Dunedin all the way to the Tongariro Crossing and then back, and you were traveling with some families and with some kids. Do you have any tips to travel around New Zealand with kids? You know, should it be, you know, during the road trips, during all your pit stuff, during the ferry, for example, between Northern and Southern? Anything that you think people should be aware of when traveling with kids?
I think the key is just keeping them entertained. Yeah. So like for us, when we did one from Dunedin to Picton, we did that in one stint. So that was a long haul. But we thought, well, if we leave at 4 o'clock in the morning and everybody else is sleeping, it's their normal sleep time. When they wake up, we're in like Kaikoura, for example, and you know, then for them waking up is kind of just a 4-hour trip. So it's kind of planning it around sleep times. Of course, with the 10-month-old, it's sort of those nap times they're a lot shorter than the 4-year-old, for example. So I guess planning around that and have a lot of dad jokes, sing along and make up words to a whole heap of songs that don't make sense but make them laugh. I don't know. Just make sure they don't get bored.
Yeah. Okay. So that's definitely a really. I really love the idea of. Sorry.
Without throwing them a device and letting them soak into a screen, which will work.
It's always the easy option to just give them the iPad for 4 hours, but that definitely kind of defeats the purpose of actually traveling.
That's it. So, we did a couple of games with the 4-year-old, counting how many red cars you see, how many paddocks with sheep, and who missed it. Oh, you didn't see. Oh, just bantering and just making it kind of fun. You know what I mean? So,
did you find it easy accommodation-wise?
Fun for us.
Sorry.
Keeps it fun for us too, just playing the game and teasing them a little.
Did you find it easy accommodation-wise to kind of like get them settled in their accommodation and get them to sleep and all that, or was it a little bit chaotic in each accommodation you visited?
It was good as gold. Going on the ferry was pretty exciting for them. So it was heaps going on. So they did like an emergency drill while we were on there too. So it was pretty full on and quite fun for them. So that was all good. And then as far as accommodation goes, because they've been traveling and we've been making it fun and stopping at all the different sites and stuff, by the time we get to the hotel room, which you don't spend much time in, they're knackered and they go to sleep anyway, right? So
so they didn't need time to acclimate. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Just don't give them a chance to misbehave, eh?
Yeah. And so and walk-wise, you were able to find enough, like 30 minutes to an hour walk to keep them entertained as well along the way?
Yeah. So when we did the Tongariro crossing, me and my sister-in-law, my partner took the kids to a few walks around Owakui and every other little thing was just go see this, go for a wee walk, sit at the beach, have a sandwich. Nothing too exciting, because when you go for a walk, they don't see it how we see it. They just, we have to walk again.
Yeah.
So we keep it pretty simple and short where we can, So
it's a bit less adventure. There is a certain age that you pass and then you're like, a walk is absolutely awesome. But before that, it's a chore. Yeah. Nice.
That's right.
All right, cool. Well, thank you very much for all those tips. Any extra tips that you want to give travelers about to embark during a summer journey in New Zealand, or do you think we covered it all?
Well, I don't know. No, I think that's about all I've got anyway. I don't know. I'm just a Dunedin boy who's sort of just living through Dunedin now. So,
well, all I'm going to retain is the Vogel Kitchen in Dunedin. So next time we pop in there,
got to go there. Oh, good.
Nice. All right, cool. Well, thank you very much for your time, Clay. If you guys have any questions about traveling in New Zealand, you can put them in the comment of this video. We'll pick them up and do a live session to answer all your questions. If you find this video useful, like, subscribe, do all that good thing. I don't like to tell you what to do. And in the meantime, if you do want to connect with Clay, there will be either any kind of link in the bottom of this video to connect with him. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good day.